to Dreamfalls. Sorry, I'm a little late. Mary, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still
Okay.
here.
You, did you say hello and then nothing came
Oh,
out?
okay. Yes, I did say hello.
All right. That's what I
uh,
figured.
Thank you, Discord.
Yep. Oh, all right. So, oh god, this fucking camera. Getting okay. Well, at least I'm not. I'm done playing the other game that I was playing with a controller, which had normal controls. So this isn't gonna maybe fuck me up as much once I get used to it again, and then fuck me up on a different game as I revert to normal things.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah. So we're here with Keon, who we have kind of just briefly met before. But he
I should not
is
keep the emissary waiting.
all right. Can't walk too far. Um, he is the third main character. Oh yeah, I was gonna show because I was thinking about this during the week. I've actually like in during the week I've been like I'm looking forward to playing more of this game, which is weird. Uh,
Okay. Why is that?
why is it weird, or why have I been looking forward
Why have
to
you been
it?
looking forward to
I don't
it?
know. I've just like, gotten to the point I think where the story's actually hit and is in terms of like it's kicking off more and even though it's like dumb in so many ways, uh I don't know, we're just I mean partly cuz there's stuff that I know is coming, right? That I'm like curious to get to and see. Um Yeah, I was gonna show the key art just to give people an idea because I don't, the game is very like, uh, these models and textures are 2006. Can I? How do I do this here? This. Yeah. Okay. I gotta like. Should have done this beforehand. It doesn't really matter. I just thought it was kind of. Oh, right. Okay. Can I? Hmm, okay. Okay. Here this is. Let me. There we go. Put that there, and I'll link this to you, Mary. This is just what I'm looking at. It's just the Dreamfall like. Uh,
Guide.
this is the like key art, um, and
All right.
yeah, I just think it's one. Obviously, you can see the characters in kind of more appropriate detail, more of what they're supposed to look like. But this is also like this was basically the box art, so you get like it's very clear like this is
So
a
they did turn
three.
April into Ring Girl.
This is actually the actual box art looks a little bit different than this. Where like Zoe's shirt looks like the one she's actually wearing in the game. This is like an earlier version of it, and it's got the weird shoulder thing that she's doing. Um, the other thing I remember being a big deal for people who cared about the longest journey. I don't think it really matters for this game, but in this art, April is wearing that medallion. That's the talisman of the balance, which is a artifact from the first game that she has. Kind of the thing she uses to fix things at the end, basically. And she does not have that in the actual box art or in the game. Um, and that is I remember being. I don't know if it actually comes up in this game because my memory is basically that just like Ragnar Tornquist, who's the writer, was just kind of like, yeah, she doesn't have it anymore. That's why we took it out of the art. uh, but I don't remember it being like an important thing. Uh, but anyway, I thought that was just interesting to again. I've mentioned it, but like the way that if you played the game at the time, this was back when games did come in boxes. You got it. It was very clear. You were going into the game, you were like, who's this other guy? Like oh wow, that's what April looks like now. Who's this other guy and why is he important? You know? Well, actually, and well, again, I mentioned before the thing about Alvane, where so what I think they had said, like they put his name, in like the summary and stuff, and how that, uh, again, for people who were big fans of the first game, caused a lot of like, what's going on there? Because future April in The Longest Journey is referred to as the Lady Alvane, which is Keon's last name. So. Yeah, yes, Honest. Also, hi, Honest, good PM. Um, I think those sound accurate to me. uh,
Go right inside, Apostle. The emissary is expecting
Jesus
you.
Christ. I don't want to listen to Oblivion music. uh,
I am expected in the emissary's office. I should go inside.
This is the big tower that the Azadi, the occupiers that Keon works for. I mean, Keon is an Azadi. Have been building here. Mercuria. Right, this is the emissary that we saw before meeting with the Phantom Menace. The Prophet, I guess, is his actual title that we heard them use.
Apostle Alvane, welcome to Mercuria. Please, join me. We are honored to have you visit us. I trust your journey was comfortable.
It was, Mistress. This is an impressive edifice.
The construction is almost complete. We will soon celebrate the inauguration of a permanent Azadi seat in the Northlands. The Six will travel all the way from Sadir to be here for that momentous occasion. But I bore you. You already know this. So, Apostle, I understand that you have been sent here to bring the word of the goddess to the Scorpion.
I have. He's responsible for the death of many trueborn here in the north.
Indeed. And I surmise the Six no longer have faith that we will find him and kill him ourselves.
I am only here to assist in your efforts, Mistress. I do not intend to challenge the authority and expertise of your commanders.
I see. Well, we should be grateful that an apostle will lend his sword to the task. These terrorists, they have become more than a nuisance. They stand in the way of technological progress and spiritual enlightenment. They are only making it worse for the people they claim to protect. After all, we wish only for these heathens to be bathed in the purifying light of the goddess, and to receive passage to paradise. Instead, those bothersome few make life miserable for everyone. They seek liberty and democracy, but what we have given them is so much greater than that. Without us, they would not even have the city. We have given them peace, prosperity, and progress. What more could they ask for?
Yes, Mistress.
So where do you intend to start looking? If you wish, I can lend you the services of my men.
Thank you, Emissary. I will require only a few men, but not yet. I have a few leads to follow first.
Just do what you must to stamp out the fire before it spreads too wide. I will have no more delays to the construction of the tower. Our schedule must be upheld, or there will be grave consequences for everyone.
I will do everything in my power to bring the Scorpion to justice, Mistress.
Good. You may leave me, Apostle. I will see you again soon.
Commander Vamon.
Apostle Alvane, what's brought you out of your sanctuary?
A mission.
A mission? I see. It must be quite a mission for the Council to have sent you all the way from Sadir. After all, it's not like we don't already have many fine officers and agents here in Marcuria. So, who do they want you to kill this time? Anyone I should know about?
My mission is a matter of confidence between myself and the emissary, Commander.
Don't insult me, Alvani. I have the emissary's ear. And
She's
her
right
utmost
there.
confidence.
Yeah.
Not in Sadir. Things are done differently here.
Commander,
Forgive me, Mistress. Did I speak out of order?
the Apostle is here at the behest of the Six. We would do well to treat him with respect.
Of course. And he's most welcome to our little outpost of the Empire.
He was just leaving. Thank you, Apostle. May the light of the goddess illuminate your path.
Thank you, emissary. Commander.
Apostle. Mistress, you sent for me.
What do you make of this Alvane? You served with him in Sadir, did you not?
I did, Mistress. Alvane is a brilliant swordsman and a loyal servant to the Six.
Spare me your politics, Commander. We are alone.
I don't trust him. He's risen through the ranks much too quickly. He has connections.
Someone inside the Sixth Circle holds his hand.
I believe so. His skill with the sword is better than adequate. But his standing in the court is unprecedented for a man of his caste.
Yes. He is young, is he not?
Too young. And he has no family, no blood.
Ah. Now I see why you dislike him so much.
My pardons, Mistress. But his lineage is not all that I distrust. He has strange friends, and his virtuousness is galling. Why this sudden interest in Apostle Alvane?
He's too
The
good.
Six have sent him here without consulting me, which is worrying. I wonder what this could possibly
Look, I've played
mean.
Crusader Kings. I get it.
Also, the Apostle
I
appears
also have those dudes assassinated.
soft-hearted. He has never been this far from home. If he begins to empathize with these heathens...
I understand. What would you have me do?
I want to have him followed. Make sure he does not get distracted from his mission.
As you wish, Mistress.
That is all, Commander. You may go.
Thank you, Mistress. The Apostle will never stray far from my sight. I can assure you of that.
Keon does not seem like he's a good assassin. Because the only thing he's good at, according to them, is fighting with a sword.
Oh, yeah.
He's not good at, like, hunting people down, investigating, spying, which is presumably what is kind of more important. Like, I feel like you should not be getting into a fight as an assassin. Well, I guess that's all we're getting from Keon, though. Still very little. We walked forward. Yeah, this is April back on the Dark
Your
People.
wave has crossed many oceans and carried our vessels far abroad.
Thank you. So you know who I am? The Shadow Guy didn't.
It is curious. We share a common memory, and our thoughts are as one. He should have known. Maybe he was simply confused. Maybe his eyes were blinded. Maybe.
That's fine. I'm here now. So this is your fabled city. It's stunning.
It is one city. It never ceases to move. It flows at the will of the cosmos, at the mercy of waves and currents. You have come to see the white of the kin.
Yes, that's right. Why is she here, with you?
It is not for us to know the mind of the Dryad kin. You may ask her that question yourself. Come. She is in the library.
I feel like, given the description of the library, you may need to be more specific.
Look.
which section? I
Look,
guess, you know,
the
he's gonna
guy
show
knows
us.
that
But,
they're at the library
uh,
as you immediately leave.
yeah, I was looking like, what's over here? Um, yeah, I was gonna, like, the Azadi, are not a thing I find very interesting about this game, and they're very frustrating because, like, they do the thing where the idea I think is like it they present initially as like straight up right they are Muslim conquerors.
Uh-huh.
um like they use the Muslim architecture and designs and stuff, and they have you know, like it was like was it a Farsi word that Azadi actually is or something? It's when we
It
looked
is,
it
yeah.
up, you know, it's stuff, languages that like the words that they use are either, I mean, there's the generic English stuff like apostle, which is still conveying the religious zealotry, or it's stuff that is directly like Arab or Farsi or stuff like that. And then I think the idea is that the more we find out about them, the less that is true, where it's like, oh, they're a matriarchy, and then they have, or they're like matriarchal rather. They have the actual leadership are the six, which are like weird little kids. Like, you know, we saw them briefly. You know, they're very like childlike empress from the Neverending Story type figures. Um, and I mean, and then the fact that like, oh well, they are, you know, like they're not racialized in the sense, ostensibly in the sense of like we see, you know, like the emissary, you know, is a white woman, and we saw Keon's trainer is like a aggressively Scottish guy, like fucking Highlander, like red hair with braids guy, like looks like he should be wearing a kilt. Um, but then obviously like Keon himself and the generic guard models are not white people. Like they look like they would, and so it's like you're choosing to put this front and center, and then like, oh, but actually it's like that's not the way that representation works. That's not the way that like especially because they are just like, it's not like, oh, there's going to be a rug pull where you know, I guess this is not spoilers. There's not going to be a rug pull where the Azadi are the good guys, right? Like they're they're people who run a magic ghetto, you know. Like it's just it's a bad, I you know, like you can see the kind of maneuver they're trying to do. It's very common, I think, and it's bad. Like it's never works. This is not the way to do this sort of thing. So just since we started off with that, I was like, oh, I'm looking forward to playing this game again. It's like, not this part. I don't like it.
Follow me.
And I think we'll have a lot more to talk about with Keon specifically later. But I mean, the thing we can say, you know, is like he is framed as being one of the main characters. We have had like 2 or 3 scenes with him that have each been like 5 minutes long. You know,
Uh-huh.
like we have clearly spent very little time with him, and you know, we will spend more time with him. It will eventually get longer, but he's always going to be kind of like, I mean, he is clearly third in the kind of hierarchy. You know, like he is the protagonist,
Yeah.
which again would not be like the game would not be, you know, like this stuff wouldn't be good. But you can imagine a world where like Zoe, who is, you know, from future Africa, is a dark skinned woman, and Keon is a white dude, and like it would be already on its own quite a bit better, like just
Uh-huh.
by doing that kind of swap. Um,
Please be
you know,
quiet.
it's again, it would
We are
still
resting.
be a problem, but mm, yeah, I mean, like we said before, you know, this is a game from 2006. It is very directly intended to evoke the Iraq War and the ongoing occupation at that time by doing a sort of like how would you like it if it was them? And it's just like that is so obviously a bad idea. It was obviously a bad idea then within the context it was meant to be taken in. Even setting out, like setting aside all these other potential things, yeah, that like situations where you can read it against. Like, because the other point of comparison that I remember, because of like the stuff that I was uh engaging with in that time period, other thing that was like doing a very direct commentary in the sort of genre space on the Iraq War occupation was Battlestar Galactica with the new Caprica stuff. And it's not a good sign when I could say that Battlestar Galactica did way, way better. Like, 'cause
Oh.
I don't think that show has a huge number of problems. But the thing that it did succeed at is like
much further
its
down than they were
occupation parallel is I mean, one, it puts the protagonist in the role of the uh like or like the occupation are a bunch of white people who are like
There are texts in every language.
it's just it's a
and on
different
every
thing.
kind of material. Stone tablets, woven cloth, parchments, inscribed crystals, but mostly books.
Anyway, this is the Dark People Library, so we can look at this. Is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it would really help if I could like look up and down better, because obviously an important part of this is like the scale of it, which I don't think this really feels like they're not using their space very well. Gotta be honest. If they're trying to collect, in the studio Norwegian, yes, it's Funcom. The writer, as I mentioned, is Ragnar Tornquist, who is, I think, extremely Norwegian.
Someone's been reading. A lot. Someone's been reading. A lot. I've never been able to distinguish one dark person from another. And I'm not even sure it's possible.
Well, April, they did just imply that they're kind of a hive mind, like in the Stellaris sense.
This is our library.
It's
In the
enormous.
sci-fi sense.
It is as ancient as we are, as old as the first civilization. We have collected every word ever written. There is no other library like it.
And you've only collected what others have written?
We do not create. We collect, we record, and we store. It is left for others to trap words between sheets of paper. We do not often allow visitors into our city. But if you have a purpose here, then you are welcome.
I guess I have a purpose, though I'm not sure what it is yet.
Is to
The
talk to
greater
the
purpose,
dragon.
the harder it is to understand and to accept. I shall go to the White of the Kin and tell her that you are here. The library is yours to peruse in the meantime.
There's no glass in those windows. It's a magical force field.
Oh,
Crow? Is that really you?
Hello, April. How nice to see you again.
Oh,
Thanks
boy.
ever so much for leaving me hanging dry on that mountain path. 8 bloody
no.
years ago!
How have you been?
You
Is
mean for
that
the past-
apologetic?
I don't know. 8 years?
I know. I'm sorry. Let's try and get past that, okay? At least for
This
the
is
time
real.
being.
God, she's
And that
still
time
shit
just
at
happens
this.
to be 8 years? All right, okay, fine. I'll be a good foul and pretend everything's just peachy.
Thank you, Crow. So what in the name of the balance are you doing here?
I'm on a journey of
That
inner
wasn't meant
discovery.
seriously, April.
A journey of...
God.
Never mind. It's good to see you, Crow. It's been too long.
Yeah, you know... No, for crying out loud!
Someone's been reading. A lot.
Okay, that is not supposed to appear during the cutscene.
I'm really happy to see you too.
I was like, why do I have an interact button?
Honestly.
Who said anything about being happy to see you? I'm just relieved you're alive. And don't think I'm not angry at you, or that I've forgiven you, because I am and I haven't.
I know. So what's new with...
Is this
Oh,
the
I can also
Draxon?
move during this cutscene. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to do this.
What?
Or
What?
it's supposed to have, uh-huh.
I think you broke it.
I think I broke it again.
I don't think I'm supposed to be able to move in this cutscene. I think you're right.
Alright, let's just walk back. I mean, we just have to walk a ways. And then skip through some dialogue. April meets the elder goth lady. Well. Maybe.
Follow me.
Yep, I'm trying.
Follow me.
It's an interesting take on the, like, sort of plant city idea that often shows up with, like, elves in fantasy, right? Because it's like, it's a plant city, but there's no greenery. Like, everything looks dead.
We are resting.
Yeah, we did see Elda sleeping. Whatever's going on up there.
Follow me.
It's interesting that they have walkways, given that they can apparently just fly around. Like, they're just like floating up there. But I guess they do have visitors sometimes. Or maybe they need to sit down every once in a while. These windows also make it look like, okay, yeah. We are underwater. Okay, we've gone down, because we were on the surface, but now we're underwater. Okay.
This is our.
It's enormous.
It is as.
And you've...
We do not. We do.
Yeah.
I shall.
Okay. Gotta do that, and then Crow's gonna show up. Maybe. Not sure what the trigger for that is. Okay.
Crow.
Hello. Thanks.
How...
You... And...
Thank... So...
I'm a... yeah. Who said...
I...
Okay. Here she is again. Not touching anything.
Sister, you look tired.
Thanks. Nice to see you too. You've changed since the last time I saw you.
That's because I have this human body. Do you like it?
It's hard to miss. Why are you in human form?
It's a disguise. I'm in exile. Someone hunts the kin. That's why I'm here. And why I'm wearing this skin. It's tight and uncomfortable, but it conceals me. And it makes some humans look at me with admiration.
Why do you call me sister?
We're bound by threads that weave through time and space. By words that create and destroy. And by kinship stronger than blood.
I don't know what that means. It's been
Yeah.
calling me for so long. Are you saying that I'm a dragon?
There were only 4. And now there's only 1. No, you're not dry kin, sister.
Then what does it mean?
I can't explain. It's not in my vocabulary to explain. And this narrow mouth can't articulate the words. We have history. But more than history connects us.
I can never get a straight answer out of anyone in this world.
Right, so the original White died. And this is the dragon born from the egg that April saved. Which is why the original dragon called her daughter, and this white dragon calls her sister. Um, so it is a very young. Also, it's so she says someone's hunting the Drake Kid. There are only two of them left at the end of the longest journey anyway, and I guess they killed the one, which is the blue dragon that was the giant, the like Titanic one at the bottom of the ocean.
Wait, you're being hunted? By whom?
I don't know. Shadows and ghosts. I think the others are gone, and I'm worried.
All of them? I know the two dragons in Stark are gone, but what about the old one? The blue of the kin?
He's silent. They're all silent. I can't feel them anymore.
Yeah,
They've
I
ceased
guess
to
nobody
be,
told you the other one
and
two
are now.
died.
Is it the Azadi?
Who are the Azadi? Oh, yes. The humans you've taken up arms against to forget yourself. No. This enemy isn't mortal.
Those people don't matter.
You have no idea who this enemy is who hunts you?
I feel it searching with dark eyes, reaching out for me with sharp talons. It wants to eat me up.
But why? Why would anyone want to kill the Draken?
So that there's nothing left to challenge it. So that it can run free amongst mortals. So that it can devour, undisturbed. But don't worry about me. I'm safe here. It can't touch me now.
I came here looking for answers.
Famous last words.
I need to speak with the Guardian.
You have questions for him.
Yes, about my future, I guess.
You want to know if you're free from responsibility. Free to live your life. It's what all humans crave, isn't it? Freedom. And I understand why now. This body is so constricting, so small, so fragile. Soft and beautiful and pleasurable, but a prison for the soul.
How did you know what I plan to ask the Guardian?
Your worries weigh you down, big sister. Your heart's heavy, and your mind's a maelstrom. It pulls at me and everyone around you. You're unable to shift.
Yeah, I've lost that ability.
It's not something you can lose. Maybe you've just forgotten how.
Well, it doesn't work anymore, and even if it did, I can't just open a shift into the Guardian's realm.
Really? Why's that?
Because that's not how it goes. I could shift between Stark and Arcadia, but it was a hell of a lot more difficult to go to that place.
Everything's changed, and everything's still changing. But you're right, you can't do it on your own. This one needs to help you.
What? Me?
What could he possibly do?
Thanks, April. I'm right here.
Damn.
Some respect, please.
Like all living things, he has a purpose. This is his purpose, or at least part of it. He's an important bird. I can help you open a shift, sister, but it can't be done without him. He must go with you.
I'm not agreeing to anything unless someone tells me what the heck I'm supposed to be doing.
You only need to be here, funny bird. You'll be fine. Close your eyes, April.
What?
Close your eyes. Don't argue. I get impatient.
Fine. My eyes are closed. What now?
Nothing. You've opened up a passage between worlds. Do you see how easy it is?
What? How the hell did you do that?
I didn't do much. As I said, you can't lose your talents, but you can forget them. I helped you remember.
So I can shift again now?
No. Not on your own. I don't know why. That's just the way it is. The portal will remain open on the other side. But it won't take you back here. It'll take you to Mercuria. Whatever answers the Guardian may have for you.
I do
and
not
whatever your
know the
future
Miley
holds,
Cyrus meme,
that's
I
where you
think.
need to be. That's probably true. Well, I appreciate all your help. Take care, okay? Stay here and stay in that disguise. It suits you. This is the safest place. And there's so much knowledge here. So much wisdom. I never knew that the scribbled words of mortals could be so fascinating. Good luck, sister. Live well. You deserve it. You've earned it. Come on, Crow.
I don't trust portals. They always lead to trouble.
Go on, little one, funny bird. She needs you now. More than ever.
Okay. Lucky for you, I have a soft spot for pretty ladies. Coming through.
I don't think Crow went through a portal in the first game.
I don't know that we needed to bring Crow back.
Hey, you.
Hello. How are you doing?
Just peachy. I've,
He's with
slept,
old April, so
read,
he's gotta be there.
slept some more.
Hmm.
I've never been this tired in my life.
No wonder. You've been around the world and through the ringer. It's a miracle you're still standing.
I know. I keep surprising even myself. So, any news?
Definitely. We started receiving information from the worm. It's just a trickle, but enough to work on.
And?
Not good. I don't know what's happening yet, but it appears DreamNet is expanding onto the wire at an alarming rate. Also, the virus, if that's what it is increasing its grip on the Dream Core. Another week and Watty might not be in the driver's seat any longer.
Can't they just shut it down?
Maybe, but they won't do that now. They'd have to shut down the entire project, and if they wait, the window of opportunity is shrinking.
What else have you found out?
I've begun searching through the data coming into Dreamcore around the time the static started happening. With any luck, I might be able to get some coordinates.
Coordinates to what?
To where the intrusion originated, to who's behind it. If I can get that location, we might be able to stop the attack at the source. But it'll take another few days to download all that data. In the meantime, we'll just have to wait.
No. No, we can't just sit around and twiddle our thumbs. We need to do something.
Okay. What did you have in mind?
I should go back in.
Back in? Hey, no. That's not an option.
It is an option. You have a dreamer, right? And that drug...
Morpheus. Look, it's not safe. Pete's... he might find you.
He won't. He told me so himself. He couldn't get inside me. That's what frustrated him so much. My dreams were closed off to him. If I go back inside, I might be able to speak with that girl again, the one Pete is so afraid of. And maybe she can help me get back to that place.
To Arcadia?
I know you don't believe me. I don't even know if I believe it myself, but...
It's not that I don't believe you, Zoe. It's just that I know how powerful the dreamer is. It can make anything seem real.
It wasn't a dream. I don't know what it was, but I was there. Somewhere else. Another world. And I need to go back.
It's too dangerous.
Look, Charlie said I never left the Fringe the first time I hooked up. I'll be right here. You can pull me out if anything happens. It could be the whole thing was just a dream. In that case, there's nothing to lose. And if it wasn't a dream, there's everything to be gained. Maybe April knows what's going on now. Maybe she's willing to help me. Maybe... Damien, please. It's the only lead we have right now. I don't want to sit here and wait. I want to do something. I want to stop Watty Corp.
I know. I just wish that I didn't have to sit here and watch you hook up to that thing.
I know. I've enjoyed staying here, Damien. With you. Getting to
God,
know you.
Zoe.
You're someone I might want to get to know better.
Really? I feel the same way.
It's just that... This is a strange time. I don't know where Reza is, or if he's even alive still. The world's going to hell. And now we're talking about hooking me up to a device that might send me to another world.
It's a bit out of the ordinary.
Oh yeah,
I can
what
see
is
that.
going on with his wrist?
I just wanted you to know that I like you. That I want to get closer to you. Just not right now.
Hey, that's okay. I feel...
God. Oh, there's the song.
So you don't forget.
Trust me, I won't.
And now it
Great
fades
song,
away.
and
Shut up.
Oh. Oh, God.
Jeepers, this place has changed a lot. It used to scare the crap out of me, and now it's sort of fluffy, with an edge.
The Guardian's out there.
Yeah.
I guess I should go alone.
I'm not arguing. Knock
Awkward.
yourself out. I'll wait here. Unless that portal thingy starts closing, in which case it's bye-bye Guardian's realm. Hello, comfortable reality.
Don't worry, I'll be back soon.
Yeah, this place looked completely different in the first game. It was just like a barren rock. So. Yeah, Damien is like... He's just a character that's clearly written as like to be a love interest for Zoe, and he's just like, he has no personality. Like he's a plot device and a love interest. He's just like a guy who is nice and works in a place that is helpful.
Well, you see, they killed her last boyfriend, so they need to introduce a new one.
He has his worms. I would love to hear him explain more about the worms. Like, he seems like he's just a regular program, and then he's like, oh yeah, I know how to make, it's like, yeah, this is what we do here. We make organic, we program the thing, and it spits out a squirmy thing. I hope this doesn't get me in trouble on Twitch. I forgot. We get
April, I'm pleased to see you.
Alright, there's nothing there.
Pleased and surprised.
I'm just as surprised as you are, Gordon. How have you been?
I don't know. This place. I'm both a part of it and apart from it. I'm no longer who I once was, though. I remain.
It is Dr. Manhattan, yeah.
There is natural dichotomy to the balance. Positive and negative. Reality and dream. Being and unbeing.
Sounds confusing. I don't envy your role. You're standing in the middle of a very busy intersection.
I don't know any other way to be anymore. I remember, but my memories feel like they belong to someone else. So, April, you have come to me with questions.
I didn't know where else to turn. Something's going on with the Twin Worlds, and I need to know what you know.
You're right. Something touches the balance between the Twin Worlds. Dreams. Threads that weave through the divide. But the balance remains undisturbed. Dreams have always passed between the world of Stark and the world of Arcadia. That is how the worlds stay connected.
I guess they did mention that briefly in the first game.
Remain inextricably tied to each other. the laws of nature, of the universe.
Because the very start of the
are
game, the
stronger
white
than the
dragon is
artifice of
April
the divide.
dreaming.
So it's not something dangerous.
I don't know, April. There are forces far stronger than the balance at play here. Dreams make up the fabric of cosmos. Yet my responsibility lies solely with
So
the
when
channel of
dreams
energies
fall.
between Stark
Uh-huh.
and Arcadia, between science and magic.
And you don't know anything about these dreams.
I know this. Your role in these events has come to an end. You are not the one who will set things right this time.
I'm not. Who will?
That's not for me to see. Your fate has always been tied to the balance, April. I see where our paths intersect. I can't see into the dreaming.
The dreaming? What's that?
The place where everything begins. You, me, this realm, the twin worlds, time, matter, cosmos, everything. It all begins in the dreaming.
You're being obtuse. You know I hate it when people are being obtuse.
I'm sorry. I don't know any
Does
more
he?
than that. But you don't have to carry the burden on your shoulders this time around, April. You're free. Go live your life. Let the past go.
That's easy for you to say. There's meaning to your existence. Me? I wasn't who I thought I was. I honestly have no idea who I am anymore. Everyone kept telling me I was important, that I was needed. Then one day I wasn't. I was just lost. So don't tell me I'm free. Don't tell me to go live my life. You don't know. You have a purpose.
We all do, April. You just haven't found yours yet. But this isn't it. Let it go.
Okay, done. I'm officially letting this one go. There's nothing more you can tell me?
Only what I sense. Dreams are passing from Stark to Arcadia, but not the other way around. A slow trickle that may grow to a torrent. But this does not concern the balance. And so, it does not concern me.
I guess that's good news. Thank you. By the way, I like what you've done with the place.
Thank you. Safe journeys, April.
Thank you for respecting my interior decorating chops. Goodbye.
All right. Good news, April. You don't have to deal with any of this shit.
Unfortunately, you do pretty directly have to deal with this shit, so...
It is, like... It's interesting to me how the first game is very focused on the idea of the balance. And it's, in terms of, like, the frame story is like, oh, well, this is one story in, the story of the balance. The story of the balance is a big deal. There's all kinds of stuff.
Come on, Crow. Let's go.
And then here is like,
So, did you find what you were looking
they
for?
have to feel like
I did.
they're for some reason
Good.
feel like they have to
I
escalate it. Where
love
it's like, well,
happy
this is
endings.
beyond the balance.
Another adventure complete. Well played, partner.
It's impossible
Time to go back
to
and gorge ourselves on roast geepa and
simply,
iced ale.
make it the balance again. It has to escalate.
Uh-huh. I mean, but at the same time, I do think there's something interesting about, like, that I don't think this game deals with. I don't think the first game does a great job with it, and I have no idea about the last one because I haven't played it. But, like, the balance is an artificial thing. It was a choice people made. A long time ago, these fucking dragons showed up and were like, hey, if magic and science, quote unquote, for whatever those things mean, coexist, people will be too powerful. Like, that was explicitly what it was. It's like, oh, it's gonna, like, people are gonna destroy themselves. They can't handle it. And so we are splitting it, and we are maintaining the split. Like, that's why all this stuff has to exist, is because it has to be continually maintained. It's not a natural state. And the bad guys in the first game are like, no, let's stop it. Like, let it come back together. Uh, and you stop them. Uh, and I just like that's an interesting idea. That like, well, there's universal forces, and then there's the balance, which is like an artificial, like has the appearance of a universal force, and like a lot of the people who know about it, the people in Arcadia, treat it that way, but it's not. Uh,
You
it's
drink
a
ice
choice
ale?
people made.
I thought you didn't like alcohol.
I've acquired a taste for it, and I like being drunk and not having to take responsibility for my
But like I said, I
actions.
don't think
It's always
in
a
either of
glass.
these deal with kind of that on that even like that's what the fiction sets up, but then they don't really they just sort of take it for granted that like there's no question like this was a good idea. Of course it should be, maintained and there's not really any discussion about the nature of that or what it means that like people made this choice. Because obviously it was a small number of people. It wasn't like
Yeah.
it's not like they took a
They
vote.
didn't vote. Yes, I was literally gonna say they didn't vote on it.
The original it's the four dragons and the original Sentinel group are like 12 guys or something. Like
Don't worry about the drug. It won't harm you.
we
It's
are
a
cutting
mild
a
sedative
lot
and
and
hallucinogenic.
also just
It'll
having
help you sleep
cutscenes
and
effectively
dream.
with
I'm
walking
not a
between.
big fan of drugs.
Me neither. But for the time being, the Dreamer requires it. We're working... we were working on it. This won't hurt at all.
I feel drowsy already.
Hold on, I'll get the Dreamer.
I'm so sleepy.
I know. You'll be fast asleep in less than a minute.
Damien,
Yeah, Zoe?
don't leave me.
I won't. I'll be right here when you come back.
What did you say?
And we're back.
Zoe, find April Ryan. Save her.
This place. Again. I need to find the girl.
I know she said the first time that it wasn't cold when she was here, but I feel like she needs her Marcuria outfit with like the turtleneck and jacket.
You! I found her. I found April Ryan, but
You must save her.
I don't know. Who are you? What are you?
You must save her, Zoe. Please.
But I don't know what to do. She's fine. She doesn't need to be saved.
Find April Ryan. Save her.
Oh, good. This is chapter 8. Oh, hey guys. I once again have to remember how to attack. Oh my god. This is really funny. Oh my god. I'm glad the other guy's waiting.
Your goddess can't help you here. You're far from your holy city, Azadi.
Please, no, don't hurt me, please.
Answer my questions, and I might spare your life.
I'll tell you anything you want. Just don't hurt me.
I want to know about the one they call the Scorpion.
The Scorpion? That's just a legend.
A legend that has murdered hundreds of my people.
Hey, look, I don't know anything. I haven't hurt nobody. I'm just repeating what I've been told. I want to help you, I really do, but if you want to find this Scorpion of yours, you'll need to ask someone else, okay?
Tell me everything you know about the rebels.
I'm just an honest businessman. I don't know anything about...
Your life is hanging by a very thin thread.
All right. So I've had some dealings with certain people, but it's just business. Herbs, roots, potions, medicines, that's all. No weapons.
Do you know how to get in touch with these customers of yours?
If I tell you, they'll have me killed, for sure. These are not the kind of people you mess around with.
Neither am I. If you refuse to cooperate, I'll string you up and put a knife to your belly until either you spill your guts or your guts spill to the ground.
Look, I have no quarrel with you or your people. I'll tell you anything you want, anything at all.
Apostle, there's a message for you.
What?
They've caught a rebel witch. She was using magic and she resisted arrest. They've got her locked up in Friar's Keep.
Where is that?
On the east side of the city. I can escort you, Apostle.
No, I will find it. I should go immediately. Maybe this witch has had dealings with the Scorpion. Take care of this one, soldier. He has valuable information that he's very generously agreed to share with us. Bring him to the tower and wait for me.
Sir!
He will escort the traitor to the tower. What a despicable creature. All that I have been told about these magicals is true. They are filthy, traitorous, and soulless. What's a human doing here in the ghetto? Maybe he's a rebel sympathizer.
You are so much bigger than him.
Look, maybe the guy's just short.
Yeah, their proportions are like...
I can show you my book if you like, sir. It's not been banned.
Just gonna stand next to this guy all day, intimidating him. Eventually, he'll give you that book.
That creature. I have never seen its like in Sadir. It must be native to these Northlands.
What?
That is an animal, not a thinking, feeling person. It cannot be. Our teachings are clear on that matter.
It's just a little guy.
He looks
But is it his
deceptively
birthday?
human, but he's not. He's just a magical.
Sir.
Her skin is blue, but
Just leave us be. We haven't done you or your...
this is magic. I'm sure of it. Still, it feels warm enough. It looks like a creature, half human, half animal. It is surely not the will of the goddess to have such a thing mingle with people.
I told you people never ventured in
Yeah,
here.
just a lot of,
Get your maritime accessories, eh? Everything any discerning seafarer could covet.
This thing.
You'd all
God.
rather wish to just disappear,
Visit
wouldn't you?
Rover's Smells and Filters for premium quality
Oh.
potions,
Watch it, boy.
magical ingredients, and made.
I can't believe you're still being held up. The supply should have left the city 2 days ago, and you with them.
Without proper authorization, there is no way for our vessel to leave harbor. If we do anything to awake suspicion...
I know, Chuan. It's just frustrating. The plan was for you to be halfway up the river already.
We leave this afternoon. Everything is in order now. The soldiers will not delay us any further.
I hope you're right. Everyone's waiting for the medicines and the...
April. That girl, Zoe, I saw her. She's been taken by the Azadi.
What? Where?
To that place you told me about. Friar's Keep. Isn't that where the Azadi torture rebels? Why did they bring her there? Do you think she's going to tell on us?
I don't think so. What would she tell them? She doesn't know anything about us.
We need to help her. She has no one else.
Well, she knows you are here.
I know. You don't have
In
to
this
tell me.
building.
You two get ready to leave. You can't delay the boat any longer.
What? You must be joking. When are you going to let us go on a mission again?
You already have a mission, Bryn. A very important one. If you don't bring the supplies back to the swamp, people will die. I'll see you at home, guys. Safe journey, and guard those supplies well.
Why is she being like this?
Because she has much on her mind.
I know, but she's always had a lot on her mind, and she hasn't been this way before. There's something going on that she's not telling us. I'm sure of it.
It is no business of ours. And she is right. We already have a mission. Come. We need to go to the harbor. The paperwork may have been cleared by now, and we must not delay the boat any further.
One moment.
I am here to...
Please, a moment. Pardon me, the dust here isn't any good for my lungs. Yes, may I help you?
I represent the tower. I am told you have a prisoner.
We don't use that word here. They are our guests, until your people come to pick them up.
I wish to speak with this prisoner.
I see. Am I to understand that you have all the paperwork in order?
The emissary insists that I should speak with your prisoner. Now.
Well, I will never understand this blatant disregard of a proper bureaucratic process, but as you wish. Guard, if you please. There she is, all ready to be interviewed.
I shall be alone with her.
I beg your pardon? No, that's not how things are done here. Local laws apply, and they are abundantly clear. During interrogations, an independent body must be present to ensure the legality of said process. And I am that independent body.
The tower shall hear of this.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. Carry on.
I represent the tower.
Who?
The tower. The supreme authority of the Azadi Empire in the Northlands. I am Apostle Alvane, personal envoy of the Six.
I don't know what any of that is. I don't know anything. I haven't done anything.
She keeps saying that. She's a bit whiny, this one.
Do not interrupt, please. You stand accused of being a spy. You will be transported to Sadir, our capital, at our earliest convenience, where you will be tried as a spy.
I'm not a spy.
Then what are you? A witch? You were spotted practicing magic.
I wasn't practicing anything. I just landed in a very inconvenient spot.
3 soldiers saw you materialize out of thin air in the middle of the marketplace. If you're not a witch, then how did you do that?
Someone else sent me here to Marcuria. I'm from the south. I'm not a spy, and I'm not a witch.
I see. I believe you. I will speak with the warden, and maybe he will let you go.
Why?
That's all I can do.
You're just going to leave me?
This is not my jurisdiction. I'm sorry.
You wouldn't want to ask more questions then?
I take it she'll be loaded onto the next airship bound for Sadir, yes?
I don't think she is a spy. Or a witch.
Well, does your opinion make a difference? Guilty or not, they all go across the sea to be tried, do they not?
I think she should be released.
No. That's quite impossible. She's been left in my care, and in my care she shall remain, until she's sent off to Sadir. Those are the laws. And here in Friar's Keep, we follow the laws to the letter. I'm afraid I can't release her simply because you think she's innocent.
I shall bring this matter to the Tower's attention.
And so you shall. Good day, then. My best to the Tower and your mistress.
The warden of this prison. He is a true example of why women should be the ones in positions of power.
I mean, I think he's just an obnoxious bureaucrat. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have those in Sadir.
They make sure they're all women, and women can't be obnoxious bureaucrats.
Even though the prison is run by the City Watch, we keep one of our own posted here at all times. After all, these are our prisoners.
So there's, I guess, a city watch that is still nominally Marcurian and separate from the occupation, but we've never seen any of them on the streets. And I guess they run the prison, theoretically.
The City Watch operates this facility, but it's used exclusively for prisoners awaiting transport to Sadir.
Like, this would be an interesting wrinkle of, like, the appearance of the sort of dual administration and the maintenance of local government, if it had at all shown up in any of the
They
others.
look sturdy. They are built from a strange material that I have not seen before. It appears that someone lives here. How tragic. For a so-called civilized society to allow its citizens to be without permanent shelter.
Please pay no mind to the magic ghetto.
Pardon me, mistress.
Now we swap around.
Yeah, I'm fine with that transition.
Yeah, no, this is like one of the more memorable structural bits of the game. I do remember this when I saw we were in Convergence, is the chapter name. It's like, yeah, this is where we start. We're just going all over the place.
What?
My apologies for the imposition, mistress, but I'm new to the city and I seek a place to buy a hot meal.
Well, you don't want to go anywhere near the South Gate. The few places that are still open down here are expensive and bad. But if you head up Irede Avenue towards the tower, I'm sure you'll find somewhere to take your lunch.
Thank you, mistress. Pardon, mistress. Do I know you from somewhere? You are familiar to me.
I don't think so. Who are you?
Oh my god!
I'm Kian. I'm new to the city.
You're Azadi, aren't you?
What gave it away?
Because you look and talk like one of them.
It sounds like you do not think much of the Azadi.
I don't. They're arrogant and full of themselves.
April, why would you
They
say
believe they
this
have a
to
right to
him?
in Politics and
He
religion
has
of
a
others.
sword!
They even believe that we should be grateful for it.
You are correct in your assumptions. I am Azadi.
Well, don't expect me to apologize for telling you how I feel.
I do not. I appreciate your honesty, though I disagree with your views.
It's not a question of agreeing or disagreeing. It's a question of facts. You invaded our lands, you imposed yourselves on us.
We delivered you from a brutal and deadly enemy. We liberated your city. We fed your hungry and housed your homeless. We made your land safe again. Without us, you would not be here. Without us, your people would be scattered, broken, dead. Your cities would be in ruins and your temples burned to the ground. We have only done what we know to be right. We wish only for you to walk in the light of our goddess, to hear her word and to know her love. Tell me, mistress, how have we wronged you? How have we imposed on you with our charity and goodwill?
Charity and goodwill? Is that what they call a military occupation these days? Don't mistake gratitude for love, Azadi. A lot of people were grateful that you liberated Marcuria from the Tyrant hordes. Others are grateful for what you've brought with you: technology, airships, exotic goods, increased trade. And your soldiers, they've made the Northlands safe against our enemies, and Marcuria's streets secure to walk at night, as long as you're human, of course. I'm embarrassed to say there are even those who are happy you've rounded up all the non-humans and stuck them in a ghetto. So sure, there are those who are grateful and those who have gained a lot from your presence here. As for the silent majority, well, who wants to rock the boat when there's food on the table, a roof over your head, and a job to pay the bills? But ask those who are no longer
What a
allowed to
weird
speak their
evocation here.
minds, to walk the streets, or to practice their religion. What do you think they'll say? Ask a Sentinel Minstrom, if you can find one, what they felt when you leveled their holiest shrine to the ground to make room for your tower. Ask those who've had their homes raided and destroyed because they
Just
weren't born
sitting here.
human, because they practiced magic, or because they didn't worship your goddess. Ask the Dolmari or the Zid about being forced to relocate and live inside the walls of the ghetto while they await an uncertain fate. Do you think they will sing your praises? Do you think they've bought into the whole charity and goodwill song and dance? You came here under the pretense of liberating us, but instead you've imprisoned us. You've taken our sovereignty and you've taken our faith. You're even trying to take our individuality away. You want to make us into you. It won't work. In the end, people won't stand for it. If you hadn't come to our lands, we might still be homeless, hunted, hungry, but we'd be free. And freedom, Azadi, freedom is worth a lot more than you will ever know.
You have strong feelings regarding this matter.
Strong feelings? I shouldn't be talking to you. I have to go.
Wait. I still feel that I know you from somewhere.
That's impossible. We're from very different worlds in more ways than you can possibly imagine.
Maybe I could learn about your world, and you about mine. I believe you have misjudged our intentions, but you speak with such passion and conviction. It would be wrong of me to simply dismiss you. Perhaps you could show me this ghetto from your perspective, and explain to me how your people have suffered under our rule.
You don't understand. It's impossible. And it's too late. We can't come to an understanding. We're enemies.
How can we be enemies when we have just met?
I really have to go. Good luck finding a place to eat. You really should try the Riverwood Tavern in Old Town.
Alright, bye. Oh, God. What a, yeah. Such a bizarre, like, April just launching into this speech. I mean, both of them launching into speeches.
Solid stuff. They're magical, too.
Much to think about.
Unbreakable.
I do kind of like that Keon is like,
Ditched me, didn't you? Well,
yeah, let's just have a
surprise.
debate, you know, like, of course he could do that. I mean,
it's
his
always the
job
same
is not
old
to be the one to do that. His job is to be killing her.
I need
But
to find someone who's locked up in that tower. You can help me.
Help you? Really? Yes, I can. What do you need?
There's a young woman in a cell somewhere in Friar's Keep. Her name's Zoe. She's got long dark hair, and she probably looks completely lost.
Sounds like someone I once knew.
Tell her that we're here to break her out, but we need her help in order to do that. Ask her to look around the cell, check the walls, the floor, the door. See if she can find a way to get out of there.
Got it. I won't let you down, April.
I'm counting on you, Crow.
Hey! Psst, psst. Up here!
What? What are you?
I'm a bird. Crow's the name. At your service, etc. You're Zoe, right?
Right. How did you know?
Got a friend of yours outside. April. She sends her regards. We're breaking you out. Exciting stuff, isn't it?
You can talk.
Just noticing that, huh? Right. You're from Stark. Talking bird's a big deal for you. Trust me, it really isn't.
No?
No. Of course, most birds don't speak a human language, but bird speak is a lot more complicated. Most bird brains can't hold both, so I've specialized. The world's a lot less annoying now that I don't understand what all these birds are going on about all the time. So, what's the plan?
The plan? I don't have a plan. I thought you were breaking me out.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just a messenger, see? And I don't want to get shot because of that whole messenger thing.
So what's the message?
Oh, I forgot about the message. Well, April says, she says, keep that upper lip stiff, trooper.
Really? That's what she said?
No. No, I can't remember what she said. Point is, we're breaking you out.
Shh, not so loud. They'll hear you. How do you plan to do that?
That's where you come in. April needs you to use your investigative skills. In other words, it's your move, baby.
Baby? Okay, I'll try my best. That's Crow. He's here with April to rescue me. The cell door is locked. There's a hatch, but it only opens from the outside. Hey! Hello? Open up!
What's the bloody racket? You're giving me a bloody headache.
But it's so dark in here, and I'm, feeling a bit claustrophobic.
Classo what?
I don't like enclosed spaces. Would you mind leaving the hatch open? It'll make me feel better.
Oh, yeah. Is that right? Dearie me. We can't have you feeling bad, can we? After all, this ain't jail. It's a bloody holiday resort, innit?
I hate this voice.
Please, I'll be very grateful.
How grateful?
I'm not sure. How grateful do you...
Will you sing me a song?
Song?
Yeah. A jingle. A ditty. A rhythmic series of musical notes. Like me mum used to.
I guess. I can do that. Yes. Yes, I can sing you a song. Later.
Thanks ever so much. I'll just leave the hatch open then, shall I? And I'll come back later, right? For that ditty.
Yes. Yeah. The door's bolted and locked from the outside. Even if I could reach that bolt, I wouldn't be able to lift it. I don't know if this will help, but it's a start. I got the guard to leave the hatch and the door open, and I can see the bar that keeps the door bolted. It's locked, and even if I could reach it, I wouldn't be able to move it. But maybe you or April can figure something out.
That's what we're here for, figuring things out. Also rescuing you, of course. For me, it's mostly the last one, not so much the former. Anyways, I'll fly down and tell April. She'll know what to do, I'm sure. She's the brains of the outfit. Also the prawns. I'm just the wings and the beak.
Did you find her?
I did, and she's doing fine. They haven't beheaded her yet. I think. Can they reattach your head after cutting it off?
No. Did you find anything in the cell we can use to get her out of there?
The hatch and the door's open. Zoe says the door is locked from the outside with a metal bar. There's a guard, but he's not very attentive.
Right. So we need something to take care of that bolt and something to get rid of the guard. Any ideas?
Magic's always a good answer. You can't go wrong with magic. That's my final answer. Magic.
Magic won't work inside Friar's Keep.
The stone walls work as a sort of magical jammer. But potions would still work. That's chemistry, not magic. And I know where to get potions. Rupert Clacks. Wait here, Crow.
Alrighty. I'll keep my eye on the tower in case anything, happens.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. All right.
Crow doesn't look a day older than he did when I first met him. Lucky bird.
What is this? Okay. We don't have an animation for climbing up. Apparently. Uh.
Spices? We're all out of spices. Buy now and I'll deliver tomorrow. Maybe.
Oh, need to go to. Is there an? Yeah.
The Azadi will probably replace this well with one of their machines soon enough.
They're stealing our culture of using a beast of burden to pull up water.
Yeah.
You're back. How may I assist you this time?
I need a couple of potions.
You've certainly come to the right place. What do you need? A love potion? Acne away. Webbed toes no more. Some sort of a scented lubricant?
Scented? No, I need something that can melt metal.
Iron be gone.
And something that can knock someone out cold.
Knock you out. Extra strength. Tossable or drinkable?
I guess it needs to have some range.
Excellent. One moment.
Well, did you have to pay for those?
Apparently not. Sure is convenient.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Ah. Yeah, there is like, I mean, I think all this stuff about that conversation and April's, yeah, the stuff about the tech stuff is all pretty straightforward. But obviously, it's like, yeah, it's one of the things it's doing is like, oh, our way of life is being overturned, and it's like, weird like tropes. I mean, April's whole thing about, oh, you you may have helped all these people, but you took away our freedom, and that's more important. It's like the freedom to be homeless, which, like, you would think the response to that would have been like, there are still homeless people here, clearly. Like, there's all these houses that are boarded up and have been, like, and we know the ghetto, like, it's just, it's such a, like, April starts talking about stuff that clearly can't be the stuff that people actually care about because it's the stuff that, like, it's liberal ideology. Like, it's especially in 2006, like, the whole, like, they're clearly gesturing at the, like, security versus liberty conversation that people were endlessly having in Western media about, with, like, the fucking Benjamin Franklin quote and all this shit.
No
And
problemo.
so, like, none of that
That's what my
is
talons are for.
relevant
Just hand them
to
over and crow's your man.
what is actually happening
Bird.
here, really.
Birdman. Guybird. Whatever. I'm that.
Oh, I have to, like, hand them. Okay. Let's do that one first. Okay, no, I can't send both of them? Okay.
I come bearing gifts. April got her hands on some potions that might be of use to you. This one melts metal, apparently. Careful, you don't want to spill that on the floor, or, your hands.
So I pour this on the bolt?
I guess so. What do I know? Birds don't have any use for chemistry. Then there's this one.
Where are... Okay. Yeah,
What's this for?
Look, it's just like
It's
a messenger
knockout
pigeon.
bomb.
They just tie it to the leg.
You toss it, it breaks, smoke comes out, people fall over, that sort of thing. Real popular with the kids for some reason.
Okay, for the guard. So I just toss it at his feet and he'll be knocked out. Will he get hurt?
He might wake up with a headache. Just remember that he would cut your head off without a moment's hesitation. It's a Mershnik eat Mershnik world, baby. And only the strongest Mershniks survive.
Thanks, Crow. Do I have to look at this to then interact with...
The door's locked and bolted from the outside.
Yeah, okay, no. Stealth time. I forgot how to stealth. There it is.
Settle down, you. And put those trousers back on. Disgraceful.
Be sure to remember that you can throw the smoke bomb by using the look.
Yeah.
Horrified.
Where is he? Oh, over there. Nope. Oh my god. Alright.
Well.
Oh my god.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, game. Well, I'll try. I really tried to do the thing you wanted me to do.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, maybe I gotta sneak closer, I guess. Okay.
Settle down, you. If your mum.
Okay, not. Okay, right. You're just so slow.
I'll need to get close enough to toss the knockout potion at him.
Okay. Alright, seems fine.
It worked. He's out cold. Oh my god.
But what? Alright.
Oh my god, a prison cell.
It's locked. The jailer probably has the key.
Okay, not that one, I guess.
Hey, Warden, what's happening with lunch? My stomach's killing me.
Mrs. Britt has the day off, Mr. Bierman. You'll just have to wait.
Sir, can't we just order something in?
Well, it'll have to come out of your salary then, Mr. Bierman. Our budget doesn't cover such extravagances.
Extravagances, my arse. Fine, sir, as long as I get some food.
Very well. I shall send for a sandwich, the cost of which will be deducted from your next salary.
It's locked. I heard something that could be of use. There's another guard between this floor and the bottom floor, and he just ordered a sandwich.
Ah, the classic caper a la cuisine.
The what?
Oh, I thought we were doing a thing now. I was just making stuff up. Sorry. I don't know if that information will be helpful or not, but I'll let April figure that part out.
Thanks.
Stay brave. We're not giving up until you're safely out of here. Or dead. Jackpot! Maybe. Someone in there's got the munchies, and they just ordered out. Sandwich.
From where?
I don't think Zoe caught that part. She just said sandwich.
So it doesn't matter. I can fake it. So, food delivery. That's the way to get in.
Yeah, you look like a food delivery person. Do you think the Yazadi brought DoorDash?
No, I think that existed already.
That already existed in my area.
Yeah, no, that was one of the ills.
They...
That already exists in society that April's now blaming on the Azadi.
Serving all your spice needs. We've got spices.
Oh, not
Mrs.
Spice
Bowen's
Guy.
the best there is.
That's Fish Guy.
I don't care what people say, as long as the Azadi encourage
Okay, well, not you. Any of these places open? Am I gonna have to go all the way across town? Okay.
She's a funny old girl.
I just don't understand all this fuss about freedom and democracy. What's so different about Marcuria now that the Azadi run things? It smells the same to me.
I don't think Marcuria was a democracy before. I don't know what the government was, to be honest.
Aristocracy.
The only people we really interact with that seem like officials are the Sentinel or the Minstrum, so it would be a theocracy, I guess, if they're in charge. But they didn't really seem like they were in charge. Hey, Ben Remake, can you make me a sandwich?
I need some food. Word, child, are you so hungry that you've forgotten your manners? In this place, we say please.
I'm sorry, I'm in a hurry. That girl Zoe, she's...
What's wrong with her?
She's in Friar's Keep, Benrime.
What? By the balance, how did that happen?
I don't know, and right now, I don't care. I need to get her out of there before they ship her off to Sadir.
A poor child. But why are you here asking me for food when she needs your help?
Because I need to make a delivery to the prison. It's the only way to get inside.
Oh, of course. One moment. Here you are, April. That ought to get you inside.
Just a fucking
Don't
sub!
waste any time. Go
I don't
rescue
know.
her. Go.
Look, Mercutia had hoagies well before the Azadi came, alright?
Solid stuff. They're magical, too. It's a speaking tube.
Who is it?
You ordered a sandwich.
Did I place that order already? Oh, never mind. Mr. Biernon has made it known to all and sundry that he's peckish. And we can't let Mr. Biernon's stomach stay empty, can we? No. Enter.
I have your lunch delivery.
Very good, very good. Leave it on the table, please. Good day.
I can bring the sandwich upstairs if you want. Sounded like your man was quite hungry. I can bring the sandwich upstairs. Save you the trip.
Yes, that will be fine. Go ahead. The food elevator's on the first floor. Oh, and Mr. Biernon guards the second floor. The food's for him.
The City Watch is supposed to run Friar's Keep, but everyone knows the truth. The Azadi are very much in control here. The Warden.
The warden told you to deliver the food. So deliver the food.
Those gates are pretty solid. No one gets in or out of here unless the Warden says so. They've got a kitchen, but no kitchen staff. Lucky for us. Those gates are pretty solid. No one gets in or out of here unless the Warden says so.
I kind of hate thinking about the Azadi, but I was thinking about it more. And from the perspective of like the medieval fantasy thing that this is doing, like in those terms, right? The Azadi pretty clearly map onto a sort of a conception of the like the medieval like caliphates and
Yep.
their expansion into Europe,
Mm.
like in the Balkans and in Spain. And from that perspective, it's even more fucked up because like the Azadi are coming in and creating, ghettos, right? Versus like the medieval caliphates being, not progressive forces really by, like it's hard to call them that, but like, famously, uh, life was a lot better for Jews under Jewish people under the Muslim governments than they were under the medieval Christian governments in Europe, and when the like Spain, obviously, when the Muslim government was pushed out, real bad things for the people. Like,
Yep.
It doesn't look too heavy, but I'll probably need some help pushing it.
I don't know why I hadn't really thought about that before. That seems fairly obvious, but man, that makes it so much worse than even what I was thinking of.
It's closed.
Can I not use this thingy? Alt Sky? What am I trying to do?
Gotta go to the food elevator.
Right. Well, I assumed that thing on the side was the food elevator, but I guess it's not.
Oh, hold on.
Is it in the kitchen? I mean, it seems like we're gonna have to come back to the kitchen for whatever that box is. Can't go in the store. Camera. Kitchen in here. I don't need to like, prepare the sandwich or anything.
No.
So that's the box we're gonna come back and move, I assume, once we have Zoe.
Is it like the dumb waiter that's inside the furnace room?
Well, is there one that I can interact with? Oh, there is. Okay, yeah. That's what I
food elevator.
thought it was. I just
I'm
didn't realize
guessing
there
that
was a
handle
thing down
controls the
here
food
to interact with. I feel like I should be like poisoning this or something.
Yeah, you'd think.
That sandwich is ready to go. I just need to find out how to move the elevator up.
Well, I'm pretty sure I just hit the lever.
Finally, I'm starving.
I don't know why it didn't just let you, like, walk it up there.
Uh-huh. Well, because Zoe's gonna walk down there. I don't...
It worked. He's out cold.
That guy's been out for a very long time.
It's locked. The jailer probably has the key.
Don't worry, he's fine. Non-lethal. Did he fall asleep because he had a sandwich? I mean...
I hate that this was the solution to the puzzle.
Look, I get sleepy after eating too, but my job is not being a guard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Crow, can you go pick his keys?
Out.
Well,
Hmm.
I mean that would probably be helpful, but not immediate. Oh, he's not here. Shit. But we need to get that door open still. I guess maybe can I use the keys that I have? I just couldn't use them before because the guy was there. Yeah, okay.
Gotta sneak.
Oh, God.
Try to slip one past me, eh? Internal flying machines. Whiz bangs. Down.
Yeah, PM. I mean, yeah, 100%. Like the idea of the colonized people, turning around and invading uh, the colonizers is, yeah, that is straight up like the fantasy. The
It's locked.
This door wasn't locked or closed before.
yeah. Like that's just like the Sharia law, panic shit. It's just,
Yeah.
All right. Hi, April.
April, thank you so much for helping me.
You're welcome. Look, we may not have much time, so let's get out of here before anyone shows up.
How is she gonna get out?
Where are we going?
The kitchen.
I haven't thought that far.
Right. We're
yet.
gonna go move that
I mean,
thing and
we can
climb
try
out a
and find
window
way
that
out,
happens to be
but
there.
I'm not sure how good you are
Something
with the
like
staff.
that. Climb out a
Not
hole in
very.
the floor.
We'll have to find some other way out.
We need to find a way out now.
Look, there's exactly one guard and one administrator between here and the exit. Like,
Yeah, I feel like April could take
April.
him.
Yeah. No.
I know. I just wanted to see if it would give me the option. Like, if it would have some dialogue. I was like, I'm not gonna let us out there. Where isn't the door?
It was
Oh,
literally
it's
right by the
yeah.
big stairs you went on down.
It is.
They've got a kitchen, but no kitchen staff. Lucky for us.
Window. That's it. Okay.
Hey, help me push this thing over to that wall.
Nope, and now it's swapped to Zoe.
We can get up to the window now.
I don't know why that character swap was necessary.
There's a big metal hook on the wall.
Because they think it's cool.
There's a big metal hook on the wall.
Oh.
There's a big metal hook on the
Yeah,
wall.
I know, but oh my god, okay. I climb down.
April, there's a big metal hook
can
up
get
there.
up to
I
the
don't think I
window
can get
now.
out there.
No time for chit chat, Zoe. We need to find a way out.
What? Oh.
It's a rope.
Okay.
Oh. Aren't you, like, at nearly ground floor?
I
Just
also
fucking
thought,
jump.
yeah, I was like, is this on the ground floor or like one floor up?
The rope's securely fastened to the hook. It ought to be possible to climb out the window now.
Yeah, I mean, you could see the idea. The idea is neat. I don't, the execution I don't think works at all. I think it's extremely clunky. But it is a memorable sequence for the idea of, yeah, finally smashing all these people together.
What do you mean you're not getting involved? You are involved, April, whether you like it or not.
I understand that you're upset, but this is not my fight. I know that now.
Oh, Because this Guardian person told you? Does he know everything?
Maybe not. But he told me that my role in this thing is over, that I'm free.
So what? You're just going to walk away? You're not going to help me? What am I supposed to do?
You'll find out, I'm sure. I know I did.
Fine, yeah. God forbid you put yourself on the line again. Did you ever think that maybe the reason you saved the world the first time around was because others helped you?
Others helped me, yes, and they suffered for it. There's no justice in this universe. No matter how much you give, there's no guarantee you'll ever get anything back.
That's no reason to give up. It's called having faith, April.
Is that what that's
You might
called?
try it out.
That's... Look, Zoe. I've told you everything I know.
Really hitting on this
I've
faith.
helped you
It's one of
as
these things
much
where
as
it's
I
like they
can.
drew the word
You're
up on the
your own
board,
now.
drew a
I
circle
have
around
others
it,
to take care of.
and they just
Fine.
keep
If I have to do this
mentioning
on my own,
it
I
in
will.
ways that don't make sense.
Have a nice life, April Ryan.
This is a game about
April,
dreams
what the heck is the matter
and
with
faith.
you?
Crow.
Oh, don't crow me. You let that poor girl walk out of here. She needed your help.
No, Crow, she doesn't. I spoke with the Guardian and...
The April Ryan I knew wouldn't be satisfied with saying, I spoke with the Guardian. She would have done everything she could to help her.
Well, I'm not the April Ryan you once knew. I'm tired of being responsible for everyone. I'm just tired.
Well, too bad, because the world won't wait around for you to feel untired. And if you're not going to help Zoe, then I certainly am.
Crow! Oh, forget it. I have more important things to worry about.
Hey! Zoe! Wait up! Wait up! Hey! Phew. You're a fast walker.
Long legs and a bad mood.
A lethal combination. So why doesn't April want to help you?
I don't know. It's like she doesn't care about anyone but herself.
Exactly. She's selfish and mean, and I've had it with her. From now on, I'll be your sidekick.
My sidekick?
Look, I'm not the hero type, but I'm not the sit on the sidelines while the world goes to hell type either. If things need doing, I'll help with the doing of them.
I've never had a sidekick before.
It's easy. I provide the banter and commentary, and you do the stuff.
What stuff?
The talking and the running and the saving of the world. If a helpful hint or, an inappropriate joke is needed, bam, I'm right there.
Cool.
Oh, I know what that means. Don't tell me. It means great, doesn't it? So, where do we start?
Great. I did think there's something interesting, like with this sequence in particular, in the way that it emphasizes how, like, video games traditionally, right? Even a game like an adventure game, like The First Longest Journey or something, you're in the position of you're playing a particular character, and even ones that kind of jump around sometimes, I think for the most part, want you to feel like you are making decisions for that character, right? And like you are to some extent affecting what is happening, even if, most of the time that's not really true. I mean, RPGs obviously can lean into that a bit more, but there's an idea of like a lot of these games where it's like you are sort of inhabiting the character in a particular way, and like here, that's just really clearly not true. In that, like, the perspective, those very rapid perspective shifts, back and forth, make it very clear that like these are independent people who just have their own, role in the narrative. They're doing their thing. You're just sort of there to perform certain actions as a way to like breakup cutscenes, basically. You know, like you are not doing, and again, like that's not a new idea in terms of the fact of the game, but I don't think it's usually this explicit about like, and in a way where it's like comfortable with it, where you, like you don't have any you know, the player has no agency here.
It sounds like you have some experience being a sidekick.
I'm a member of the guild. No, that's not a joke. I was actually inducted into the Guild of Sidekicks after April and I saved the world. They gave me a badge and everything. Sidekick of the month. If only my poor old mom could have seen that. Come to think of it, all she ever saw of me was an egg. Of course, the very next month, that annoying man-child with the hairy feet and the chubby face got the badge. What did he do? Carry someone up a hill? Ha!
This is also extremely 2006.
To lighten the mood. No sense of humor whatsoever.
Like, let's make a Lord of the Rings joke.
Well, what do you suggest, Crow?
I suggest we get help. You're young and inexperienced and, let's face it, as lost as a babe in the woods. No sexism intended. Me, on the other hand, I'm usually wise to the ways of the world, but I really have no idea what's going on. So, we get help from someone who's both wiser and more clued in than either of us. Beards are a good indication.
Beards?
It signifies age and wisdom, and also sometimes poor personal hygiene. I think those things are actually connected.
Who did you have in mind?
There's a bloke that April knows. He's in the city now. He's got a beard, and he's an adult. A perfect combination. His name is Brian Westhouse.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the frustrated screenwriter thing is true. Although I think that like I guess I don't think there's anything wrong with a game being this or doing that stuff. You know, if it. I mean, one, your writing has to actually be good, and then two, your game has to like. If the game is not the point, then the game needs to not get in the way, basically. You know, or it has to not feel intrusive, which I think can be done. I think there are, you know, examples of that happening. I don't think this game particularly succeeds at that, but it doesn't really bother me about like the fact that like I have no impact on, you know, April or Zoe's like who they are, or Keon. I don't care. Doesn't yeah, being aware of where you're positioning the player in narrative is important. Right, I mean that's why I think it's like this game knows what it is, very wants you to be in, like, understand that's what's happening, I guess. I think it is wanting you to be conscious of that.
Okay, so where do we find this West House?
As chance would have, wait, no, it's probably fate. If there's one thing I've learned, when things like this happen, it's almost always fate. As fate would have it, I saw Westhouse when I was flying here. I think he was on his way to the South Gate. If we hurry, he might still be there.
Interesting they keep giving me this option to get out and walk away. I don't know if there's any reason to do
Great.
that.
Let's go. I actually know where the South Gate is, believe it or not.
Good, because I'm terrible with directions. Which way is south again?
They said they were moving us into the ghetto for...
Using only the finest...
It's really warm and cozy. This must be great for the people working here in such cold weather. I'm not even going to guess what all of this stuff is, but it sure smells great.
Bananas. Potatoes. It's like, well, looks like pretty normal fruit. Let's see here.
Zoe has not eaten a vegetable a day in her life, so this is all very new to her.
That might be true. I've lost track of my orientation in this zone. I don't remember which exit goes to which. Well, I picked the right one.
Zoe, over here!
Well, PM, they got magic.
Good afternoon, young lady. Crow here tells me you're a friend of April Ryan.
I know her, yeah. I'm Zoe Castillo.
Brian Westhouse. You and April had a falling out?
Of sorts. Look, I'm sorry, but Crow told me you might be able to help.
I might? What is it you need my help with?
To get home, I guess. To... Stark.
I figured as much. I'm afraid I can't help you with that, Miss Castillo, but I know someone who might.
Who?
Her name is the White Dragon, and from what I understand, Crow, you know where to find her.
I do! I can be of assistance! Yes!
Dragon? Like in big, flying, fire-breathing lizard?
More like skinny, pretty, with legs to kill for. I don't think she breathes fire, although she can get pretty fired up, if you know what I mean. Anyone? Anyone? Sheesh.
So where is she, this,
Crow, you're a
this dragon
bird.
person?
In a library. It's where all the hot chicks go, apparently.
She's in a place called the Dark People's City. If you know how to find it, it moves around with the ocean's currents. But Crow's just been there. Haven't you, Crow?
Sure have. I spent several months there, learning the ancient art of sitting on my butt. Feathers.
And you know how to get back?
Sort of. Ish. I know the general direction. I remember the winds. They smelled like cinnamon and rose tea, wrapped in a fragrant bouquet of fresh bull mule excrement. But I can't point it out on a map, because maps just look like a confused monkey's scribblings to me. And I won't be able to lead a boat there. The waves make me all sick and disoriented.
We won't have to take a boat. We'll fly.
Uh-huh. I'll just wait here while the two of you grow some wings, shall I?
Where we're going, Crow, we won't be needing wings.
Grown.
I'm telling you, anything that flies without wings can't be trusted. It's against nature and all that's holy. But hey, no feathers off my bones. If it comes crashing down, I'm not the one who'll be needing wings.
Your friend. He'll just lend it to us.
He owes me a favor. Besides, NPS, that would be the Northlands Parcel Service, has just upgraded their airborne fleet. This baby was one of the first they leased from the Azadi 7 years back, and even then, she was getting on. The new ones are faster, bigger, slicker, but she'll do just fine for our purposes.
So you're coming with us?
Coming with you? Wouldn't miss it for the world, Miss Castillo. This is one adventure I'm definitely looking forward to. Besides, you'll need me to fly her for you. She takes some getting used to.
I don't know. I still don't trust a bird without wings. I'm keeping my eyes on you, sister. One wrong move, and bam! You'll feel the wrath of my beak.
In the name of the goddess and the Six, you will lay down your arms and submit to our swords.
What?
Stay there. Do not make a move.
Search the premises. Let no one leave.
What in the name of the Six is going on?
Spare us the theatrics, publican. We know that you shelter rebels.
Rebels? Of course not. This is a peaceful and law-abiding establishment.
If that is the case, you will receive an official apology and recompense from the Office of the Emissary. But I'm afraid we cannot take your word for it.
The cellar is clear. There's no one else in here, Apostle.
I'll take the second floor myself.
It seems you found us a rebel nest, Apostle. It seems you found us a rebel...
Is there anything you want to tell us?
You're trespassing.
The traitor is innkeeper of this den of dissenters. fruit. It smells acrid.
Oh my god. Oh, good. Another one. Weapons.
Do not make a move, witch. What is your name? I'll give you one last chance to save your neck, witch. You will help me find someone, or you will die. And not just you. We will send the proprietor of this tavern to Sadir to stand trial for treason. As for your friends who've just left harbor, their ship will be boarded and the supplies confiscated. Do you know how the Azadi punish smugglers?
Please.
Their feet and hands are bound. They are weighed down with metal, and then they are dropped into the ocean.
Please, let them be. They carry only medicine and food.
I have no quarrel with you or your compatriots. I seek only one person.
Really? I think
the
you
one my
do.
people call the
Yeah.
Scorpion.
The Scorpion?
What do you know of him?
If I tell you about the Scorpion, will you let us go, Benrime? Me, the shipment?
No. But if you lead me to the Scorpion, then yes, I will let you and your friends go. You'll have your food and medicine.
Leave the boat be, Azadi. Please. There are no weapons aboard. It poses no harm to your people.
It's in your hands now.
Very well. I will take you to the Scorpion, but only if you give me your word that you will harm no one else.
You have my word.
May the stars forgive me for what I am about to do.
I guess he could be like, look, I was sent here to kill one person. The rebels are not my problem. Which is would be a very bizarre thing, but I could imagine that if he was presented as more of a like professional, like, oh well, this is my job. I'm here to do my job, and not a zealot. I didn't remember this fucking airship at all.
How are we doing?
Don't
Just
worry, it will
fine.
exist for like
This
one
ship's a
scene.
real beauty.
Probably true.
She basically flies herself. She just needs a tiny nudge now and again, but other than that...
So, Mr. Westhouse?
Call me Brian, please.
Brian, when did you come to Arcadia?
Oh, that was a long, long time ago. Too long. I traveled across the divide in 33. 1933, that is.
What? And you're how old exactly?
Oh, I may be getting on, but I'm not that old. No, I got unstuck from time, and I was caught between worlds for a while. Not a pleasant experience by any measure of things, but I got out, and I made a life for myself in Mercuria. I'm never going back to Stark. And I'm fine with that. I've made peace with my past. Arcadia is my home now.
Where in Stark did you come from?
Boston, USA. Back when there was a USA. Hell, back when there was a Boston.
They're still there, both of them. How did you end up here? Are you a shifter?
Most certainly not. I mean, if I was, I would probably have gone back at some point. No, I made my way through the divide by more unconventional means. I'm not that old, mind you. Something happened that got me unstuck from time. It wasn't the best idea I ever had, but still, here I am in good health, and with all my limbs intact. I shouldn't complain.
Have you seen a lot of this world?
I'd say so. When Marcuria was invaded by the Tyrant hordes 10 years ago, I was forced to leave the city. I first traveled east across the Northlands to a place called Irhad, the Sun Empire, and then south across the Great Ocean to the continent called the Southlands. After that, well,
very original.
There's not much left in this world that I haven't seen. I've even been to the Azadi Empire. But I have to say that I like the Northlands, and Marcuria best of all. It feels like home.
It's where the white people live.
What are the Tyrant?
They were a barbaric people who lived on the Western Plains. 10 years ago, they invaded Marcuria.
Were?
The Azadi killed them all when they liberated the city. If there are any left, they're few and scattered. The Tyrant took the city during a time of great upheaval, but they didn't hold it long. The Azadi arrived in their ships soon after and drove them out. It's almost frightening how quickly the Tyrant were wiped out. The Azadi showed no mercy.
Where did the Azadi come from?
Far west. Almost 10 days' journey by boat. In their airships, however, or cloud ships, it doesn't take many days to cross the ocean.
You've visited their continent?
I've passed through it, so to speak. Their capital, Sadir, is just amazing. It's built across a huge river delta where 6 rivers meet. It's a holy place.
They let you just wander freely through their city?
I passed as a traveler in their lands. It's not closed to outsiders, and as long as you respect the Azadi and their customs, they give you passage. It's
yeah, I was wondering about that too,
from what we're used to, but they're an interesting people, and I found my visit to be highly educational. What they're doing in Marcuria, though, it's certainly controversial. On one hand, they brought freedom and peace. On the other hand, they've rounded up the Magicals, stuck them in a ghetto, and God knows what they intend to do with them next.
When do we get to the Dark People's City?
From what our feathered friend said, it'll be another
So it's
day
like, I don't want to talk about politics.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm just feeling a bit restless.
Well, there's not much to do here. You can look around the cabin for a bit, talk to Crow, or take a nap back in the hold. There's a bed there.
Thanks. Maybe I will. Crow looks a bit worse for wear. Mr. Westhouse seems to be a good pilot. Not that I would know. Maybe we're way off course.
I'm feeling seasick.
Seasick? Aren't you used to flying?
Flying, yes. Flying is no problem. Flying is flapping your wings and praying for a good tailwind. This isn't flying. This is torture.
So why don't you jump out there and fly instead?
What? And catch a cold? Are you kidding me? You do know that it's freezing out there, don't you? And it's not like I can keep up with this infernal machine. My wings are made for comfort flying, not marathons. No, I'll stay here. I'll just find a corner to go throw up in instead.
Nice. What's it like being a talking bird?
My beak is a finely tuned instrument of love. When I speak, girls tremble. And also guys. Guys tremble too, but not in the same way.
Right.
Thanks, Crow.
How long have you known April?
That depends on how you look at it. We go way back. But I haven't really seen her since way back.
What happened?
She sent me on my merry way. She wanted to go find herself, which actually means go lose everyone else. I can recommend it, though. It's very liberating. I went off to find myself recently, and I have nothing but good things to say about it. You see, I was about to get married and...
To a bird? I mean, not a woman. Well, yes, a woman. A female bird. Someone with wings, like you.
Yes, that's right. A bird. Anyway, so the idea of settling down, building a nest, starting a family... I don't know. I started freaking out. So I went on a journey of inner discovery.
You went on a journey of discovery?
Inner discovery. A quest for personal understanding. A mission of self-realization. A voyage of inward fulfillment. A trek to the...
Okay, yes, I get it. You wanted to find yourself.
It's brilliant. You desert everyone, abandon your responsibilities and relationships, and focus completely on your own personal misery. It's a douche for the soul.
You know, Crow, I think you may have misunderstood what finding yourself is all about.
What? No, April showed me how it's done. I can't believe I didn't do it sooner. I feel so much lighter. Not a care in the world. Except for, the total and abject misery in my heart and soul.
So you abandoned your fiancé to go on a selfish journey of inner discovery?
Abandoned is a strong word. Left? Deserted? Forsook? Yes, and yes. Slipped away in the dead of night? Sure. But it was all for the best. I obviously wasn't ready to, become a responsible, grown-up, magical bird. Where does one go to find oneself, I asked. Granted, I only asked myself, and I probably should have gotten a second opinion, but there you go. So I decided to seek the center of all wisdom and knowledge in Arcadia.
This Dark People's City?
No. Some fortune teller in Zan. She stiffed me. It was actually blind luck that I ended up in the Dark People's City. I never intended to go there, but it was a real blessing, I tell you. These guys, they let me read anything I wanted. And I've learned a lot. Like, for example, did you know that a Diavan water snake can grow to be almost 200 meters long? I didn't. I didn't really want to find out either, because now I'm really freaked out by water, but there's not much else to do in the place except read. Read, eat, read, sleep, read, go to the bathroom, and read at the same time. It's really very, very dull.
Crow spent the last
But
8
all
years
that
on Wikipedia.
introspection gave me perspective. I wisened up, and now I'm ready.
Ready to get married?
Ready to admit that I'm scared out of my feathers about getting married. So no, still on that journey.
About April.
I don't understand what happened to her. Oh, she was the sweetest, prettiest, nicest girl you could have ever imagined.
I don't think that's
true. She
true.
was a real trooper. Save the world and all. You don't see a lot of people doing that these days. But things didn't turn out the way she thought they would. She couldn't go back to her world, first because she was afraid, and then later because she lost her powers. On top of that, the Azadi were after everyone from Stark. Everyone with special powers, everyone who was allied with the Magicals. In the end, I think April just snapped. She was so angry. She felt so betrayed. She had to take it out on someone. Fortunately, she decided to take it out on the Azadi. I wanted to stick with her. I really did, despite the yelling and the bitterness. But in the end, she just up and left me. Right in the middle of nowhere, too. I tried looking for her, but after a while, I gave up. I got the distinct feeling she didn't want me around anyway. So, I left to begin a new life.
I don't think there's anything you could have done, Crow. Sometimes the people we know and love change, and sometimes that means we have to move on. What powers did April lose?
Her special thingy, being a shifter. First, she didn't want to go back to Stark, and then, one day, she couldn't. Her powers went poof, and no one knows why.
What?
What?
Why did you go, ooh?
Because it's spooky. Also, I like saying it. It makes my beak vibrate.
You don't think she lost her powers because she felt her powers were the cause of her misery?
Of course I wouldn't know what... Huh?
Seems to me that she was scared about facing reality again. and she decided that her powers would only bring more pain. So she lost them.
Oh, that's, psychology, isn't it? Oh, brilliant. You human females from Stark are really clever. So, hey, if we hit April with a really big frying pan, she'll come to her senses, right?
What? No.
Yes, it's called therapy. I read about it somewhere. Well, not read, more like heard. In a seedy tavern near the docks. After 11 thimbles of Mary Minstrom's yellow fire. Just before dawn. On a Monday. But I remember the fella who told me. Big lad. Arms as thick as oak trees. A stunning collection of scars. Nice eye patch. A real therapist he was. Wait, maybe it was rapist.
Jesus, Crow.
It was nice chatting with you, Crow.
Oh,
it's been very
buddy.
informative.
Glad to help, doll.
Doll?
I hate that
I mean,
fucking
independent
joke.
and self-reliant female person who's not an object to be ogled at or used solely for my own personal amusement and pleasure.
Still feeling restless, Miss Castillo?
Sort of.
I guess that's understandable, being cooped up like this.
Maybe I'll go and take that nap now.
Good idea.
The holder's back there. And the bed.
All that we see or seem.
Welcome to our city. The White of Akin is expecting you.
Who?
That's the White Dragon, Zoe.
How did she know I was coming?
I stopped asking those kinds of questions a long, long time ago. You just have to start buying into stuff like destiny and precognition, or you'll go nuts.
She waits in the library. Follow me.
Right. Okay, no point in asking any questions, is there?
Absolutely not. It'll only make your head hurt.
Crow probably knows this place inside out. This is a really strange place.
Tell me about it. I couldn't sleep for the first couple of weeks. All those fancy lights, and the spiders freak me out.
Spiders?
Exactly.
I'm definitely glad he came along. I would be so freaked out if I was alone right now. Have you seen anything like it?
Never. I thought I'd seen everything, but this is truly amazing.
It's taking me to see the White Dragon. Hi, I'm Zoe.
How fascinating. You're here, and yet you're not. Can I touch you?
Can you...
How fascinating.
What
You
do you mean by...
exist.
Who's that?
Oh, I forgot. This is my friend Brian Westhouse. He's a traveler, I guess.
You sound so familiar.
You've heard my name before?
Your presence, your being sounds familiar. And also disconcerting. I feel a prickling on my skin. What do you call it? Goosebumps?
My apologies, ma'am. I don't wish to perturb you. Maybe I should just leave you...
No, please. Stay. Perhaps I'm sure it's just me. You see, I don't understand this body yet. I don't know what any of these feelings mean. I apologize. You're most welcome here, traveler.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll leave the two of you alone while I peruse this magnificent library.
You've come to me for the same reason April came to me not long ago. You're stuck.
I'm stuck here in Arcadia, yes. I need to go back to Stark.
But this isn't the only place you're stuck. You're stuck in life, like driftwood to a river. You lack direction. You lack faith.
Maybe so.
Again.
That's why it's important that I go back
Those
home.
are different things.
People there need me, and I want to be there for them. I don't want to be adrift anymore. I want to be where I'm needed the most.
And that will bring you home, Zoe. Your commitment to your friends, your belief in yourself, and your abilities. Faith will bring you where you're needed the most.
How?
It's easy. You're not really here.
That's what you said earlier. But it doesn't make sense. I'm right here.
Yes, and no. You're unlike anyone I've ever met. You belong to the story time.
Okay, now you're being cryptic. I've had enough of that. I can't take any more riddles. Just tell me what it means.
I'm sorry. It's not cryptic to me. It just is.
With all due respect, I just want to get home. I want to help my friends. I want to stop the bad guys from winning. I want to be myself again. The last time I was here in Arcadia, I fell asleep. And when I woke up, I was back home in Stark. How did I do that? When I fell asleep on the airship on my way here, I didn't disappear.
That's because you didn't dream. If you dream the right dream, it becomes reality. You can go anywhere you wish. To go back to your own world, you just have to wake up.
You mean this is all a dream?
This isn't a dream, but you're dreaming.
I'm confused again. All I need to do is go to sleep and dream about home, and then I'll wake up and be home.
Maybe. I've never met anyone like you. I only know that there are some who have a strong connection with the world of dreams. And you are one of them.
I'll just have to take your word for it. Help me fall asleep. Help me dream, or wake up, or whatever it is you said I need to do to get home. Time's running out. I have to be where I'm needed the most.
Come here. You must find her, Zoe. You must help her. Wherever she is. That's where you're needed the most.
Okay, I didn't expect that to make her just fucking disappear.
What did you do to her? Did you use magic on her?
I didn't do anything to her, funny bird. She left this place on her own.
But she just vanished.
I know. Isn't it fascinating? There's no one else like her. She's special.
I've never met a human girl who hasn't been special. For all I know, they've all got strange powers and important destinies. I just hope she's okay.
I'm sure you've interacted with other humans, Crow.
I don't know. With the way he acts, I'm not sure he has.
He learned it somewhere. And it wasn't reading those books because he was already like that in the first game.
Oh. What? This isn't home.
It sure isn't.
Where am I?
You've caught up with April again, probably. Or maybe Ring Girl, I don't know.
Alright, well, I'm going to save here. What is this? Is this? Yeah, this is the start of chapter 10. Okay, so we have not a lot left. We went through quite a bit. The chapters were shorter than. So, I think there's 13 chapters.
What chapter are we on again?
We just started. This is the start of 10, right?
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Weren't we on like chapter 7 last week?
We ended at the start of chapter 7, I think, or like the end of chapter 6. Yeah. I think we went through 3 today. So we might finish it next week.
I doubt it.
Yeah, it depends on how long. If they get shorter towards the end, you know, if it's like, oh, there's, you know, I don't know. I don't remember how this all works. But we're definitely getting, you know, into the, you know, we're getting towards the end.
Sure. Yeah, I was mostly just thinking like, it doesn't feel like the sort of game that it feels like the sort of game that cares about its ending more than its middle part, and therefore it wouldn't surprise me if just the middle parts are straight up shorter.
Yeah, that could be. All right. Well, we'll be back next week, and we'll see.
Yep.
Thanks everybody for hanging out. See you next time.